outside of Marvel, Matt, what the fuck happened to your eye?
I collided with a softball.
And the softball won, right?
No, I kept running. I won, and I was safe.
I'll tell you this: it doesn't look as bad as it looked when I saw you last weekend.
No, that first night it looked like you got in a fight with Mike Tyson.
No, I looked like Sloth from the Goonies.
He really looked like Sloth.
It was
That's
really
bad. So
Yeah.
you have no damage though, right, to your whole skull here and shit?
Damage as in like broken. bone
Yeah, like a
and
broken
everything.
ocular bone and everything.
No, man, I don't know how. I'm telling you, this guy must have played for the minors because the amount of heat that was on this ball, it felt like someone hit me in the side of the head with a baseball
Jesus.
bat. And it made such a fucking like clap noise. It sounded like you took two wooden paddles and smacked them together. And yeah, right after it happened, I just kept running and put my hand over my face. And when I got back to the bench, everyone ran over to me. And I took my hand away and they were like, oh my God. So they gave me an ice pack. And one of the guys on the other team was a nurse. He comes over. He's like, you mind if I take a look at it? I'm a nurse. So I move the ice pack and he's like, dude, he's like, I don't mean to scare you, but he's like, I would go to the ER because you could have, you could either be concussed, you could have broken your eye socket. He's like, that you should go to get it checked out. So I wound up driving myself to the urgent care clinic down the road, which probably wasn't the smartest idea. And I didn't tell Gina until I got home because I don't need her going into labor early. And so yeah, they took an x-ray. They didn't do any CT scans because they didn't have the equipment. But I
What
didn't
the
have
fuck was
any-
this urgent care? Where'd you go?
He went to Taco Bell.
on
We
Merritt
don't.
Road.
We didn't.
Francisco
Sure.
gave him a diagnosis.
We're not that urgent care. We're just like, if you need some help, we have a Band-Aid.
Somewhat urgent care.
Jesus Christ.
So they did an x-ray. It was fine. Yeah, there was no signs of a concussion. And she said, just monitor it. And if you start to feel dizzy or confused or more tired than normal, then go to the emergency room.
Or you're just
Eh.
33.
Yeah, I'm just 33 and like just depressed.
Old bastard.
Yeah, no. And then the next morning I woke up and my eye was just completely bloodshot, and it still is. So I went to the eye doctor and he was like, You're good. Like no tears in your retina.
That's
no-"
fucking wild.
That's
Your
great.
eye literally looks like someone stabbed you in it.
yeah,
red part
it
right
was
there?
wild. I got
It
lucky.
was. You got really lucky. You got really lucky.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse.
Oh yeah.
The doctor at the urgent clinic, she said if you would have gotten hit directly in the temple, we'd be having a different conversation, if any conversation.
No, you would be mumbling. They would be having a
He
conversation.
may not be alive tomorrow.
Yeah, you'd be
but
dead.
Yeah.
That's fucking. Well, they'd be fucked at the urgent care because they wouldn't be able to do anything. They didn't even have a CT scan
like,
machine.
why would you come
Hold on.
here? Go to
We
the
need to
hospital.
call a real doctor.
You
Hey,
went
they're
to the
real
Spirit
doctors.
Airlines of urgent cares. That's what you did.
So the best part was when I
I
went
would
to
just
the
like
eye
to say I
doctor-
don't share Anthony's opinion on urgent care doctors. They are good doctors. They do what they have to do.
I
No, that's
agree,
fine.
but apparently he went to the fucking bargain bin for urgent cares.
I went to Five and Below.
Did you need a split? Would they chop a popsicle stick in half and tape it together with freaking scotch tape?
It's like, you don't need insurance. Come on. But no,
Come on,
when I
man.
went to the eye doctor the next day, I walked into the office and the girls behind the desk, they just like looked up and did a double take and they just dropped their paper. They were like,
He's so hot.
oh my God.
Bring him in.
Like,
Bring him in.
I know, please.
Why are you here? Go to the ER. That's
If you
Dude,
think,
like,
if you think
what?
this bump is big,
happened to your face? I was like, it's nice, right?
Oh,
And
no,
then
you
when
should have been like, I
told
was
them-
born like that. Sorry.
Yeah, this is what I look like. Thank you for insulting me. You're
Who the
canceled.
fuck do you think you are? Don't
Uh,
make fun of my
You're
physical
canceled.
appearance.
Yeah.
Canceled.
You canceled. But when I told them I went to the City MD, the girl was like, I used to work there. That place sucks. And I was like, yeah.
Dude.
Well, I'm like,
the
I'm
last
still
thing you
alive,
want to
so
hear when you go to a city MD. That
well, we're
place
glad.
sucks.
We're glad you're okay.
I'm not.
So, I would like. That's good. Matt's going to the episode for 25 minutes until it comes out. I would like to talk about something.
Go ahead, Brian.
Wheels versus doors.
Why'd you
What?
say that like that?
It's
Go
like
ahead, Brian.
Alcoholics Anonymous. Hi, my name is
What the-
Brian.
Hi. No, I'm not anonymous. What did my dad FaceTime me and you guys talked about?
Oh
Hold on.
my
So
God.
let me give the backstory.
Wait,
So
what?
I'm at
This
my
was
dad's house
great.
today, and my dad for Father's Day, Matt and I decided instead of spending money, we're gonna spend time with each other. So I said we could do something in the backyard. He just put the in-ground pool in, so he wants to put turf and do all these other things. So I was like, we can help you do that, or we can help you build a workbench in the basement, or both. So we decided to do the backyard. So today I'm there with Lisa, and we're doing a bunch of shit, and I hear like talking or noises. And I'm like, Dad, I'm like, who you on the phone with? He's like, I'm not on the phone with anyone. I was like, Dad, I'm like, I hear you on the, like, I hear people talking, saying something. I'm like, who the fuck are you on the phone with? He goes, I'm not on the phone with anyone. What are you talking about? This goes off like, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds. He goes to get his phone, and I see like, it's a FaceTime. I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? So I press the screen, and it's Anthony. I was like, I'm like, you fucking FaceTime Augie. So I was like, what the? So like, all right, whatever. I hung up, and he's like, oh, hi, Anthony. How you doing? I was like, I hung up already. So I was like, what the fuck? So then Anthony texts me, he goes, bro, I'm fucking dying. So I don't know how long he's been on the phone, but I was cracking up.
Yo, I'm sitting.
FaceTiming Joe?
I'm sitting on my couch. I just got out of the shower, and I got
Yeah.
stuck looking at Instagram. Right, so I still just have my towel on. Like I'm just sitting looking at Instagram, and my phone goes off, and I'm like, why is Joey P calling me? And so I go, fuck it, I'll answer. What could he want to FaceTime me with? So I answer the FaceTime, and I just hear Brian going, who's on the phone? There's nobody on the phone. Who's on the phone? There's nobody on the phone. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm listening to this happen. And then Brian's dad's voice is so like he is the only human being with that voice. Like you hear it and you're like, oh, that's Joe. Right.
That's
So
Joe.
he's in the background and I hear him saying, I'm not talking to anybody, Brian. Brian's trying to tell him. I hear it. He's talking to somebody. I'm literally peeing my pants laughing. I had to drop the phone. So all Brian saw was my ceiling. I literally dropped the phone. I was dying. I was literally
great.
dying. And Brian now, who when I looked at him, looked like he'd been through the ringer today. I mean, he had like shirt on his face, he had no shirt on because he's busting his ass in the backyard. And he just goes like, hey, bye, Anthony, and clicks the phone. It was the funniest like minute of banter that I've ever heard. And then to hear this dad then started talking to me after it hung up makes the story even better.
Yeah, he was like, oh, hi, Anthony.
Did he mean to call you, or is he like
No,
trying to?
no.
Oh, okay,
It
all
was
right.
probably in his pocket. We were doing so much shit in the backyard. So he
Smartphones
just
are not meant for that generation.
smart people.
He doesn't know how to hang up the phone after he ends the conversation. So he thinks that in his mind, after he's done with the conversation, the phone is also done with the conversation. He doesn't realize.
Okay, I'm done.
He
now.
overestimates the
He
smart. The
doesn't
smart
realize
phone.
that you have to hit end because he'll hang up. He'd be like, oh, these motherfucking kids, they don't blah blah blah. I'm like, hi,
Wait,
Dad.
Oh man.
Wait, that happened. I was with Matt. And we were together, and I was on the phone with him, and I called him, whatever, and I hung up, and he goes, "This fucking kid," he goes, "he's always saying this shit." Like it was like starting to shit talk me, and I'm like,
I'm on the phone.
I'm still here. So he didn't hear me, and I hung up, and I called back. I was like, "Hey, Mom." She's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Just wanted to let you guys know that I heard everything you said." She goes, "Okay." And I was like, "You're
Thank
okay with it?"
Yo.
Parents don't care. They're just like, you're like, I heard you guys saying shit. They're like, okay.
My dad would
What?
call me a fucking moron right to my face. But
Yeah.
thank God that your dad retired before the Zoom era, because he totally would have got jammed up with something that he said on a Zoom call that he thought he
Yeah.
Or him getting caught taking his clothes off in front of a Zoom meeting and he didn't realize the camera was on.
I like father, like son.
That happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he wasn't naked. He was just doing things in front of the
Speaking of fathers and technology, though, one of the best stories, and we still have to get our dads on a podcast together. But I'm working for my dad, and we're in the newspaper depot, and the depot was pretty big. And so from the other end of the depot, there was an intercom, and I hear him get on the intercom, and you guys know my dad. I won't be polite. He goes, "Hey, fucking moron 1 and moron 2," and it's me and this kid Trevor that work for him. He goes, "I need you guys in the office. There's a problem with the computer." So we go in the office. My dad's sitting there behind the desk. He's in front of his computer. Now, if you guys know my dad, he has sausage fingers. He's got a hand that's about a centimeter wide with literal Jimmy John sausages on his hands, and he's smashing the keyboard, and he turns the monitor around, and he goes, "Look at this guy." I said, "What guy?" "There's no guy on the screen. All that's there," and Jake, you'll appreciate this, is a little error message, a little gray box, the error message. And he goes, this guy's server won't let me on a computer. I said, Dad, who? He goes, the guy, server. He says, server not responding. Where the fuck is he? Get him on the phone. I can't get on the computer. I go, Dad, server is not a guy.
It's a server.
It's a server.
an
And he
actual
goes,
piece of machine.
this is what he said. I said, quote unquote, server's not a guy. It's a server. And he goes, I don't need you to tell me who he is. His fucking name's on the screen. Get the guy, tell him to figure out how to respond so I can get into my computer. I literally fell on the floor dying. That this man of 50 somewhat years old thought that server was a person.
Man,
That is
I-
amazing.
Working in IT, I've had my fair share of instances like that, and they complain
so
that
funny.
nothing's working. You literally, it's the exact example. You take the cord,
Did you turn
plug
it on
in,
and turn it
works.
off?
Turn it, not even turn it on, turn it off.
That's the
legit
biggest problem
cord
with
is out
America
when
right
you put it
now.
on.
There's a generation of Americans that didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo that you pulled it out, you blew it, and you smashed it back in and it worked.
You ever see that?
Smashed.
Was it a Tinder? I think it was a Tinder profile. It was a chick. She's like, I want a relationship to be like N64. You take it out, you blow it out, you smack it, you put it back in, and it works. And I was like, wow.
My dad used to sell High Times magazines. So he used to go to venues like Studio 54 and all that shit and sell those. Have the little kiosk you see those small town concerts and sell magazines. That's what my dad's first like real sales position was. So like my dad, but then he also did a lot of other sales that some of my friends like to consider him a secret agent.
He sold
for the
weapons
government.
to fucking nuclear submarines.
He's been on nuclear submarines. I'll say that.
Can we
But
play? Can we play a game?
what?
Yeah. We
What my
Anthony,
dad actually did. For a
Anthony,
living?
share your screen. No. You know, like
Share my screen.
Wordle. You know Wordle and
Oh,
everything else.
yeah. I can pull it up.
So there's a new one. It's called Loodle. LEWDLE.
LEW. These are going to be lewd words, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's like Wordle, but
The bad word game.
bad word
Because we need help with that. Half the bad words we have to cut usually. 'cause
wait,
Matt
I'm
doesn't have
telling you, it's actually very difficult.
a screen. Those are the first three words.
Dick's titty rim job. Love it.
Jesus, this is a kid show.
Go ahead, go for it.
What do I got to do? I just got to click letters.
You got to guess, yeah. Like type it in and press enter. Yeah, it's got to be 5
S's.
letters.
Oh,
That's a
S's.
terrible. That's a terrible guess because there's only
We need
3
5
that you
letters.
guess. Yeah.
I don't. What?
So wait, you have to enter something and we have to guess it, or
No.
It's going to tell us which letters are correct. So we have an S,
But it's not in the
S.
right spot.
but it's not in the right spot.
Right.
Okay.
I know what it is because I already did it today, so I can't guess.
shits or sluts? Yeah, sluts.
No, because the U's not in it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Slits.
Well, that's
What's
not lewd.
slits?
Yeah,
What's
it can be.
slits?
Yeah, it can be.
It can't because the S is not in the last.
What about?
Wait, no. So the S. Wait, no. Brian said the S
Ooh.
doesn't have to be in the front.
Okay, so we got an E and an S. They're both in the wrong spots, though.
How do you know if it's
Stuff.
in the right spot? Does it like?
It'll
have
It'll
to
be green.
It'll be
It'll be green.
okay.
Yeah.
It'll be green. Oh no. I don't. These are dirty words.
Dirty
We could.
word,
I have other. I have other
letters.
like.
And it's 5 letters,
like-
right? Like that's it. It's 5.
No,
letter word.
Jake. There's a miraculous 6 square that's gonna pop up out of
I don't
nowhere.
fucking know. I've never played this goddamn game in my life. I'm also a few drinks deep right now.
If you press Anthony, if you press that little light bulb on the top, like next to Lulu,
Don't do
it'll give
that.
you. It'll give you a hint. No, it'll give you a hint. It'll give you a hint.
what?
Using the
What?
bu-
No.
Just
I
the
don't
tip.
know. We don't need it. We don't need a hint. Yet.
Okay, I'm telling
need
you.
a
It's
hint.
just a tip.
I'm telling you right now. Most of the words that they have are not like the words that you would think are like lewd.
S and E.
Mhm. Hmm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm-hmm. Mm. I don't know.
Not good
It's-
at these types of games.
Do you guys want a hint?
No.
No.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I did it today.
Is it? How do you spell herpes? No, it's too many.
Too many words,
PES.
Too many
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah. Oh. Is it? Oh no, there's no
There's
P.
no P.
Did you know what word I was thinking?
We need Greg on this one.
Greg would have got it already.
Matt's squinting with his one bad eye, and it looks phenomenal on camera. I don't know.
I have no
These are
idea.
We're gonna get this.
It's
We're gonna
it's
get this.
it's. I'm telling you now,
words.
it's not a word that you would ever think is dirty.
All right, I'm getting a hint.
Oh, right. We're doing hints.
Okay, that's not a fuck. That doesn't help me at all.
It just takes out the
What do you
letters.
mean? It tells you that there's an O there.
Okay, there's an O,
Does that not
and
help
there's an
you?
E, and there's an S. So we have 3 of the 5 letters. 2 of them are not in the right spot.
And do you want another hint?
No.
It's probably OSE.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it. OSE. So
No.
No, 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 no.
I have no idea.
I don't know, man. So you're probably right. It probably is OSE.
And it's not that dirty of a word. Like it's a word we're gonna be sitting here like that's not a dirty word.
It's not at all. Like that's what I'm saying.
Is
Like,
it, is it
I'll-
loser? Oh no, there's no R. Never mind.
The O would also be in the second spot from the
That's
left,
right.
not middle.
Look at us knowing how to spell. I don't know. I really don't know. This is
I can
hard.
you're gonna read it. You're gonna be like, "This is a stupid word," but it's a fun game to play. So like, we can always try to do this. There's a bunch of like, I call them like Erdle games or whatever, because it's like so many. There's Wordle, there's Hurdle, there's Nerdle.
I mean,
I'm
what
about to
letter do
give
we
up.
think
I
is
have no idea.
stop? I mean, oh, I know what it is. Oh no, there's no R. Fuck. That's too many letters. Who is?
I was just say whore if you're gonna do that, but you can't do R.
I have no idea.
You want a
Sure.
hint?
Give me a hint.
Top Gun.
Goose?
Goose? Like choking the
No
goose?
way.
Oh shit.
That's not how you spell goose.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, GOOSE.
That's not a dirty word.
Wait till they explain what it is. Hold on.
Oh God.
To pinch someone's buttocks. I tried to cheekily goose my wife at the party, but accidentally got my mother-in-law instead. Now she's sending me sexy text. What do?
Brian, you try to do that to me every time we're out together.
I just like how it ends with what do.
What I want to know is where do people come up with these names? Like, all right, goose is
Oh
an
my
animal.
God.
Well, it's also going to mean
Wait, so wait, you
This.
have to wait like that long, an hour and 42 minutes to do it again?
It's at midnight. Yeah, every day. It's once
that's
a
so
day.
stupid.
It's the same thing
That's
as Wordle.
Stupid.
Matt, I don't play Wordle. I just play Candy Crush
That was
24/7.
dumb.
That
Wordle's
is
great.
stupid.
That's why I said I'll give you a hint.
That was dumb.
I'm mad. I thought it was gonna be dirtier.
I don't
Damn
like
it.
it.
Today was a bad day to do it. Sorry.
I'm such a letdown. I thought it was gonna be.
There's World. Oh,
So I was reading an Instagram post about 2 weeks ago, and then it led me down a YouTube video search for 3 hours. I'm not happy about it. I'm not proud of it. I'm quite ashamed. But I truly believe that there's a hidden Nazi base in Antarctica.
Why
And
do we
I've come
talk
to
about
this-
Nazis every single episode?
We talked about it 2 episodes, and one of them didn't air.
Because you got
So-
the one true Jew in here, so then
Hold
we
on,
gotta
hold
bring it
on.
in somehow.
So I was reading this Instagram post that said, "Why is it that the middle of Antarctica is not photographed?" And on Google Maps, there's always fake imaging updating. You know, they don't allow up-to-date satellite images. Then there's like basically this belief that the center of Antarctica is actually a giant hole, and it's the hollow Earth theory that there's an oasis there, and creatures that you could not believe. And so I started. It sounds crazy.
and I can't deal with this right
You
now.
sound okay. It sounds crazy, but go look it up. You're gonna do the
And
same deep
this would
dive
have
I
been
did.
for you and me in the first 20 minutes because
It's not that. It's not that I don't believe you. It's that I do believe you, and I just don't feel like dealing with this
don't-
after I laid all this turf today, and it's 10:20 on a Thursday. I can't deal with this. Honestly, you can
Oh.
tell me that it's true. I believe it.
It's believed that the Nazis found it, and they built a base there, and they had all these creatures. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. I was about to say unfortunately the Nazis lost. Fortunately, the Nazis lost, and we never learned about what happened there. I don't. Wow, gotta cut that. But I found it interesting, and then that led me down a deeper dive into Atlantis and like the hollow Earth theory. And so this theory states that the inside of the Earth is actually just hollow, and there's a whole hidden world in there like this giant oasis of land.
One
and there's still
question for that.
dinosaurs and
Can you
stuff.
explain volcanoes?
See
Next,
the
Steve.
silence
haven't
right there
got-
is why it's bullshit.
I'll
I
run
know
down
the
next.
hollow earth theory doesn't mean that there's nothing there. It means that there's a layer of magma, and then the core is actually just hollow, and there's like grass and water and like a whole nother world in there.
I will say this: there are so many smarter people than me that could sit there and tear this theory apart.
But there's
that
so
I
many
can't
smart people
articulate.
that believe it.
And you know what? I'm starting to think they're not that smart if they're believing something like that. That the middle
Listen,
of the earth,
At first, I didn't believe
the
it,
core,
and then
the
I watched
iron.
these videos on YouTube, and everything on YouTube is real.
Oh, apparently, and the internet's fully true. By the way,
100%.
That's true.
And
I-
losing brain cells.
You lost a bunch of those when you got hit with that softball.
What's the
Quick question. How long until you think Gisolini gets killed?
Zelini just lame.
what?
He just made her into a pasta.
What is with you and Andrew?
Listen, I know
Andrew, Matthew McConaughey.
Mahogany.
No, I know
Listen,
her
I
name.
butchered some bullshit theory. At least get this woman's name right. That's gonna get suicided in
No,
about
you guys-
3
you
weeks.
guys railroaded me.
You
Quotes.
for saying Elon.
Yeah, I purposely said that because I think it's funny.
Gisolini.
But Gisolini, I know.
Yo,
What-
I brought this up
Gisolini.
yesterday on an Instagram post.
She only got 20 years.
Yeah, why did R. Kelly get 30 for doing horrendous shit? He deserves to die in prison. But Ghislaine Maxwell only got 20 and her list stays private. I don't understand.
Yeah, they never actually released all the
No.
names, right?
Because
got,
she
like,
has
sealed.
political connections. I said it. I don't care. It's the only thing that makes sense.
She's gonna die in her cell this week.
She's gonna get. This is for the people who are just listening, not watching. Air quotes, suicided, just like her boyfriend.
Still not a word, even if you
It's
air
still
quote
not
it.
a word, but it's okay.
We're making up words here. I'm a couple of drinks.
She's
deep.
gonna
We're
get
making some shit
Epstein.
up. Epstein. I think that's the new quote. Epstein's. She's gonna get Epstein.
Yeah. It's an interesting comment though, Matt. I don't
Hitler's frozen base. Holy shit.
I see. Thank you. Here he goes. Brian's not sleeping tonight. I know he's got brick to lay tomorrow, but
God.
he ain't sleeping tonight. There's no way. There's no way. Speaking of dirty, laying brick. Eh?
Go back to
No, but Gisolini.
Gisolini.
Gisolini. Yo, next time. Oh my God, there's so many dirty
It's
words.
Mussolini's cousin.
Gisolini. I think that she winds up getting
Gisolini.
killed or committing suicide. Or they
Well,
make it
she's
look
already
like
on
suicide.
quote unquote suicide watch, according
Suicided.
to her
watch,
lawyer.
Jake.
Suicided. Watch.
Get it right.
Suicided. Right.
Suicided.
Excuse me. I apologize. listeners.
Yeah, but the Nazis' frozen base is real. I heard that's where Epstein keeps his kids.
There is
Um,
there's so many fucking like Nazi Hitler theories still alive, hanging out in Argentina, shit like that.
no.
All the
First of
occult
all,
shit
if
that they
Hitler
did.
was still alive, he'd be well over 100 years old.
Nah, yeah, not anymore. I
Do you
mean, this was
think-
shit
do
that was
you
like 10,
think-
15 years ago.
Do you think Walt Disney's hanging out there too? He's actually not frozen in space. He's actually just in Antarctica with the frozen base.
First of all,
Nah, he's dead.
Disney's not frozen in space, but they did freeze his head.
Maybe he's in
Didn't
Antarctica.
they just freeze? Didn't they freeze Disney's head?
I think that's a myth.
They froze
Okay.
Ted Williams' head. I know that. They didn't freeze Disney's head. Speaking of Nazis,
they get-
Disney
did
was
they
the biggest
freeze?
anti-Semite in the world.
Yep.
The world, like hated Jews. Could
So did
not
Henry
stand.
Ford.
Jake, what are you doing with your computer right now?
Oh, I'm having it on a stand, and when
Yeah?
I leaned on it, and it
You're
did
on
like
a fucking
this,
tilt a
right?
whirl.
I
Could you
didn't
stop?
see it. Like it did like that.
I'm getting motion sickness over here.
Well, because I have it
For
like on a
God's
stand,
sake.
so when I don't have, I'm like typing up.
It's as sturdy
So-
as the camera outside of Gisolini's room.
There is no camera outside of there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's all just random. I'm not even looking this up. I don't feel like going this deep dark.
I
fucking
feel like
dive
if you Google Ghislaine Maxwell too, there's so much that's hidden. I tried to do it yesterday. Like you could find out more info about a case that doesn't matter in terms of like Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And this woman literally trafficked kids who are the most powerful people in the world to commit horrible sex acts against. And not one of the, other than Prince Andrew, not one of the people has been released. And she's only getting 20 years. She'll probably be out in 10.
Prince Andrew was only released because the accused
She's also
came forward.
hideous looking.
Yeah, she's horrendous looking. Like ugly.
Yeah.
I don't think she gets out in 10.
I think she dies
No?
before then.
I think she's gonna die.
I honestly, I think I'm not really a conspiracy.
She's going
theorist
out in a
person,
cedar
but
box.
I'm not really a conspiracy theorist.
She knows
person,
too much.
but I think she's gonna die before she
She
gets
knows
out.
too much. Here's the thing.
And I
You know,
hope she
should-
doesn't, because that's I don't wish that's
Hope
just
she
horrible
suffers.
for anybody. But
I'll be that guy. I hope she fucking suffers.
Well, I said it yesterday on my Instagram post. I said they both should die in prison. Or
you get shadow banned.
Put her in. I don't get this whole max security. Put her in Gen Pop.
because the max
Others-
security, they can kill her. What's crazy is this is why we brought it up when the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing was happening. And when you see massive amount of coverage on something, it usually means they're hiding something else in the news media or in the news cycle. And the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff got buried in the news cycle. And now you have the Hillary Clinton stuff got buried, that they literally proved she created a fake dossier to undermine the president, which is technically treason. Obama spied on the president, that got buried. And it's like no one's going to jail. There's no accountability. Speaking of suicide, how is it okay that Hillary Clinton has 56 people that know her that committed suicide? After a while, it stops being a coincidence, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yes, after a while, if that many people commit suicide that you know or did business with,
That's
probably
fucked
is
up.
gonna
You're the
start raising
problem.
some eyebrows.
It's insane. And Epstein is now one of them, and now Gisolini is going to be the next one.
Probably.
Gisolini, I love it.
Gisolini.
Yeah, I do the fingers. Gisolini.
Gisolini. Gisolini Maxwell.
How do you pronounce her name? Like, genuinely,
Gislaine. Gislaine.
Ghislaine.
It's not even like it's like a good pronunciation. It's
Gislaine, also the name of Johnny Sin's bedroom.
good. I like that. Good.
Gislaine.
She's going down Ghislaine.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
It's a
He's
secret
my
joke.
doctor.
hey, he's my plumber. It's amazing.
He's my maintenance guy.
That's wild. He's so many jobs. You know what I want to do? I want to reincarnate as Johnny Sins.
Not many people luckier than Johnny Sins. He's up there as that top notch of lucky.
I saw an article today, and I'm not naming any names, but this person was a Target employee at the age of 20. 3 months later, she's a multi-millionaire on OnlyFans.
Sounds about right.
I swear to God, if I could just. No one's going to pay to see
The
me
things
naked.
that people pay for these days are bullshit.
My wife even makes me turn the lights off during sex. No one's paying to see me naked. I have no shot.
And I'll pay to see you naked.
It's unreal. Bad Baby made what, $55 million?
It just pisses me off.
That's
Like,
why it just.
But why
pisses
does it
me
piss
off.
you off? Does it piss you off that they're doing it? Or does it piss you off that you don't look like them, that you can do it?
not the
Yes.
latter. I don't give a shit about that.
Yes.
It bothers me that they're doing it and they're making this amount of money. That's really what I don't care about me doing it or not.
It bothers me that people are paying for porn.
That too. Well, I mean, people have always paid for porn.
Although I'm
People used to
shaking
buy
my head.
magazines.
No, people. Yes, people used to always pay for porn,
We live in the internet age. We don't have to pay for shit.
I'm married.
Go
except for
porno.
gas.
Except for gas and water.
Life. But
And food.
what's wild
And
is
air.
like, remember that like hot second that OnlyFans wasn't going to allow them to post nude photos anymore?
Everyone went to Fansly or whatever it was. That
Yeah.
stupid-
I just
Less
wish
bad.
that I like
Less
had a
than a day.
reason that people would pay to see me like that. The girl who made $1.3 million last year selling her toenails on the internet.
It's
That I can do.
That's
It's
been
nothing
taken
I'm
What about the
doing
girl who
anyway.
sold her farts and almost died from it? Used to fart into a jar and then she went to the hospital.
Yeah, she had a heart attack. But
could
I
do
don't
that.
understand,
I can
like-
make money selling my farts. All right.
Why can't this is just another example of something we could have thought of and we didn't.
Not even
Or-
just that. It just shows you how sick and lonely
Yep.
people are to
Yep.
pay money for that shit.
I mean, who's buying farts? I want to know the person who's buying farts.
If I buy farts, my wife's gonna kill me. I already supply plenty.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's unreal. Buying fingernails and toenails, and you made $1.3 million. How do you file that on your taxes, Brian? As income?
I don't know.
Brian, I'm gonna start cutting my fingernails and
How do you
selling them.
file
and
that?
We're gonna find out.
No pun intended. File that. But how do you do that? I don't understand. It's like, how did you make this money? I sold my fucking toenails.
Would that be independent contractor?
I went down a spiral, and I'm switching topics. I'm like Googling just like random shit.
He's on the
like,
frozen Nazi base in Antarctica.
No. I'm on more like people are sociopaths in the world.
Yeah.
So it's the
Sick
11
people.
silly things the internet has been debating since 2019.
Oh, this should be
Best
good.
way the best way to draw an X, whatever.
Stay on that one for a second. Best way to draw an X. Do you go left and then the one from the right down?
Top left,
Yeah.
bottom right to
Top
No,
left.
I go
bottom
top
right.
left, top right, down.
Same.
yeah,
Top left, top right.
yeah.
Is there another way to do it?
Yeah, 4 other ways. You can go this way, you go this way, you go this way, then this
This is
way.
what's wrong with this fucking country.
Wait, it gets,
Choose one goddamn way to draw the X.
Just one way to draw an X.
it gets way worse. It gets way worse. I was like, okay, whatever. Like that's an X. Who cares, right? Should you bite or lick your ice cream? Which I didn't even think that would have even been a question. Okay, it gets worse.
Bite?
If someone bites
Bites?
ice cream in front of me, I'm fucking
That is a
leaving and never
loaded
speaking
question.
again.
No, that's a
Because it
sociopath.
depends.
You get out
It
of there
depends.
situation.
No,
You run.
I don't care if
You
it's
run.
an icy or if it's an ice cream pop. The only thing you're biting is the cone on like a king cone or an ice cream.
No,
Wait.
I'm
Depends.
okay with an ice pop, but ice cream. There's a difference between ice pop and ice cream.
Anthony,
Biting
let me
ice
share
cream
my
is a
screen
sociopath.
It depends.
Yeah.
because the next one you gotta see a picture of because it's just mind-boggling.
I bite ice cream.
You're a sociopath.
You're a fucking sociopath. That's
You
right.
actually, Matt?
Yeah, because like when we go
We grew up in the
we
same
get into
household. What the fuck?
cone, I'll bite the top of it.
Brian, you're lucky to be alive.
You slept in the same home as someone who bites their ice cream.
You're lucky to be alive. You live
If anyone chooses number 9 on which is the best toast,
My
I'm
wife.
six.
My wife will choose number 9. My wife will choose number 9 for her toast, for her steak, for her burgers, for her
was just-
chicken. Don't even get me started.
I'm like
and
4.
I want
I'm a
confirmation here.
4, possibly a 5. Here's the
Same.
deal, though.
For
with
toast,
this.
I'm like a 5 or 6.
Okay, but maybe I'm crazy. I'm a 4 if I'm just eating the toast with some butter and jelly. But I'm like a 5, 6 if I'm throwing tuna fish on that bad boy or like peanut butter and jelly.
I'm 5'6" in general. If I'm happy.
I like it a
I'm
little
like a
toastier.
3.
Am I a sociopath for not toasting my bread when I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, I don't
Okay.
think many people do. I think that the way you eat your toast tells a lot about your personality.
Well,
I agree.
I can
I'll
see
say
you
this.
as a 3.
Crazy.
I can
When
see
I'm
that
having
as a
toast, when I'm toast, 5 or 6. But when I'm
Nick,
having
I can see as a
steak,
9.
It's rare to medium rare. So like I'm kind of the opposite when it comes to toast and steak.
Does the
Nick's a
person flying in
sociopath
the
in
middle
general,
seat
so-
get both armrests? I'm
Fuck
glad
no.
that
Absolutely,
I'm
they
glad
get no
that they
armrest.
said no way.
They
but
get no
the
armrest.
fact that they get 52% is bullshit.
You
Brian
choose the
saw
middle
me on
seat.
an
It's your
airline.
funeral.
I put my arms out and I'm just like, take my spot. Go ahead.
Do you have to wash your? Go back up. Do you have
I
to
did
wash your
too. No,
legs?
wait. I'm telling you, dude, it gets. I saw this and I literally just wanted to shoot myself.
Is peeling chicken?
Peeling chicken with you?
No. Scroll past this.
I'm never gonna eat that
I
again.
never want to see a sociopath. This is sociopath. This is more than so. This is a serial killer.
They peel the chicken like it's
That is a
sunburn.
that guy is Hannibal Lecter. Legit. If you skin your
They
chicken
peel-
nuggets, you're a Hannibal Lecter psychopath.
They peel the chicken like it's sunburned. Look at the fucking skin.
Scroll,
flakes.
I can't look at this. Scroll past it.
Yeah, that's
It's
disgusting.
freaking
Never
me
gonna
out.
have a chicken nugget.
Who the
again.
fuck does that?
I don't know.
If a baguette could move, how
What
would
does
it
it do?
move?
I like number 2.
It's number 3 by 4.
I
By
like
far-
number-
by far number 3.
I like
I'm going-
number 3 because a
One or-
baguette's gonna stay
one or
stiff.
4. 1 or 4.
If it moves
Jake,
like one,
I
I'm
would
never
love
eating
to
it.
see a baguette move like number 4.
Number
Yeah,
1
what-
looks
what
like a
is number
4?
demogorgon.
It's like a worm or a snail.
Number.
It's definitely not 3. I'll tell you that. It's not
It
3.
100% is 3.
It's 100%. Jake, go back to Jake. Actually took this picture today from fucking McDonald's.
No, I don't do that. I eat my chicken nuggets within
Oh
5
my
seconds.
god!
Jake, that, I'm
know
pretty
what
sure
the
that's your Twitter
fuck-
handle.
Oh my
I
god!
told you, man. I went on a deep dive.
What were some of the other? Was there any other ones that are bad?
Do you have to wash your legs in the shower?
Yes,
Yeah.
Why
Do
would
you
you
have to wash your feet in the shower? Absolutely.
absolutely. Sebastian Maniscalco has a great segment on people who don't actually wash their feet in the shower. It's fucked up. You need to wash your feet.
I feel like you
Are
need
you
to wash
guys
them every
bars
morning.
of soap or body wash?
body wash?
I, I'm a body wash guy,
Body wash and
Body wash.
the little loofah thingy.
but
I've seen a loofah. You
my
left it
wife
in
buys
Austin
the
bathroom.
my wife will buy the like really artisan bars of soap, and I have to tell you, they smell fantastic, but I feel dirtier after I wash with them.
Because I know what you're doing with that bar. So
Okay, wait. Let's ask this question. Do you guys? I don't. You know what I'm not gonna ask it.
No,
I know what
ask
you're
it,
doing with
ask
that
it,
bar
ask
soap.
it.
Now, because you ask, you all gonna be like, how do you know? Does your father wash with a loofah or the bar of soap?
My dad's a
Bar
bar
soap.
soap.
My dad's
At
hands
what
are
age is
nat-
it justifiable to wash with a bar of soap? Because that's what I'm fucking curious
When
about.
you're
My
married
dad-
for 20 plus years and don't give a shit.
No,
That's
my
when it
dad's
happens.
my dad's hands are naturally a Brillo pad, so I think he just uses that. But
His hands?
his hands are like fucking sandpaper. He just washes the dead skin off his body with
So
those.
here's another question: when is it okay to start using your significant other, in our case, fiance or wife's, shampoo and conditioner?
all the time.
Well, as soon as you run out of your own.
All the time. Honest
Says the
to
guy
God,
with
I
no hair.
yeah. Well,
Andy sits there and scrubs it. Like, he takes like a Brillo pad and scrubs it.
hold on. I still have the shampoo and conditioner though. You can still get dry scalp. You have to take care of your scalp.
Hmm.
Right.
Sorry, I may be wearing a hair right now,
But
but I
my
wouldn't know I have
wife's
a good head of hair.
shampoo smells spectacular. And I've used
All,
that
so-
numerous
all
times.
women's shampoo is
And
and
now I have
conditioner
a
is the
shaved
greatest.
head.
They also have better razors. Have you seen a woman's razor? It comes with the little bumpers on it that have the shaving cream on the razor, so you don't need
Well,
the
they're-
shaving cream.
They're shaving
just-
more than men.
It's unreal. But
I mean, look at me, I
Nicole gets
barely
these ones.
shave.
They have this moisturizer on them that you when you shave. I don't use them on my face. I use them on my balls. I don't tell her though. But that's what I do.
That's what I do. Wait, hold on. So I found another website. It's debatable.
Someone
question.
take the internet away from Brian.
It's impossible.
Internet's the best invention. Prove me wrong.
Do you eat rice with a spoon or a fork?
Fork.
Spoon.
I feel like I do both.
What?
I'll
Depends on what I'm
serve it
eating.
with a spoon, but I'll eat it with a fork.
Fork is a fucking waste of time.
Jake, it
Or,
falls
or
right through the-
chopsticks.
It falls through the. I'll eat sticky rice with chopsticks, like the white rice from the
No.
Chinese food place that sticks together.
Is cereal a soup?
No.
Absolutely
Why?
not,
It's not
Why?
a soup.
because I eat cereal dry sometimes.
Yeah, same. I'll take like
Cereal in and of
or throw
itself
in a
is
little
not
coffee.
soup. because
Cereal
it-
is cereal and milk a soup?
No.
well, then I would have to agree because it's in a liquid.
I don't have
What
an
signifies
explanation
a
to
soup?
why it's I don't have an explanation to why it's not, but I'm gonna maintain that it's not a soup.
This is like is
A
ice
soup is
cream a
pieces of a
breakfast.
solid and a liquid, same as a soup.
So when my shit hits the toilet, does that make it a soup?
All right. Is a
Makes
hot
it
dog a
soup.
is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes.
Matt, pay attention.
It is. This is just riveting.
Matt's fucking beaten.
I'm fucking fading.
That's wishing the ball hit him harder.
You know, with if the question of is hot dog a sandwich, I don't want to say it's a sandwich, but it's a sandwich. It's
a
like you
sandwich.
It's a
you
sandwich.
don't want to admit it, but it's
This is a question. This is a question that Nick would debate with themselves for hours. If you clean out a vacuum cleaner, are you the vacuum cleaner?
Wow.
you are.
Yes, you technically
You are. You are. You're cleaning the vacuum.
That's amazing.
Good question.
vacuum cleaner. Are you the vacuum cleaner?
What's another one? I like these. Give me another. Give us another one.
I really
Oh
like
my
that one.
if you were at a restaurant and your waiter doesn't come back, are you the waiter?
I guess.
I gotta find more. Oh, this is
The
terrible.
vacuum cleaner one got me. Done.
The vacuum cleaner is good.
Oh my god.
Oh man, like a
Dude.
burrito versus a wrap. What's the difference?
Wait, say that again.
Here's the
Burrito
thing
versus a
about
wrap.
burrito versus wrap. A wrap is usually not sealed. Like a real wrap is usually just they don't close it the way a burrito. Burrito is usually pressed.
That's not
Little
true.
bit.
What?
No, you press wraps.
Bean burrito is
You
not
don't press
pressed.
a burrito.
I
You
would-
no, a burrito is pressed. They press on the.
They
the
heat
wrap
it on the
before
fucking
they-
thing.
They heat it, but they don't. They
That's
don't
at
press it
Chipotle.
after.
That's at Chipotle, but at Taco Bell, they why? How do you think it gets the burn marks on top?
Dude, they don't press
Because
a
they do it
Chipotle
before.
burrito.
They do.
No, they do it
press on a
before. I'm
wrap
saying
and
is they
then
take
do it.
they take the tortilla and they press it first, then they put the shit.
Yeah,
in.
they
Yeah.
steam it because they need to make it like soft and pliable. That way it doesn't rip when they're wrapping.
So
a
you can fit
9-pound
your
burrito.
double meat and everything else in there.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about burritos or
Yeah,
anal
they do
sex?
the
now?
same thing
I
at
don't
Taco
know.
Bell. I'm pretty sure they take the bean burrito shell. And
All
they
right, but
steam
I
it
don't
really
think
quick.
I think the real significance between a burrito and a wrap is what goes in. Like a burrito is usually beans, rice, sour cream, chicken. Well, whatever, however you're
Well, a
getting it.
burrito is Mexican or Spanish, and a wrap is not.
Jewish.
You
A
going
wrap
there?
is
We
Jewish.
go. How is a rap Jewish? I would
Just
like to hear
kidding.
this answer.
I'm just kidding.
No, we
You
do
get
it
'em
we
usually
do
at a
our things.
deli.
We do our things on rye bread. All right, that's where we start.
Lox and cream
Matzah.
cheese.
I mean,
The
I don't like
worst thing
lox
in
and
the
cream
world.
cheese, but
Oh,
everybody
I
loves it.
love it. Lox
I'm-
cream cheese. I do lox cream
I'm-
cheese, a
I'm the
piece of
true-
cheese, tomato, and onion.
I'm the
Fucking
true
great.
Jew here, and I don't like lox and cream cheese. I actually don't like cream cheese.
Okay, Jake.
like
That
you just
literally
smell.
you're an oxymoron. You cannot
am.
say I'm a true Jew and then you don't eat cream cheese.
And I love pork. I'm going to hell.
Jesus.
I'm going out. Isn't it a purgatory?
No,
Oh my
we
God.
believe in heaven, and that's it. pretty
Hey,
much,
I got
depending
a
on your
question
sect
for
of
you
Judaism.
guys because Nicole and I went
Yes.
out to eat the other day, and maybe like I felt like I was doing the right thing, and I know that I embarrassed Nicole, but so we got
I don't know where this is going.
we sat down, we got seated at a restaurant, and they put us in the corner, which is always a bad sign. You put me in the furthest corner from everybody, you would just put me on the pay me no mind list. Like no one's coming to this fucking table. So now my legs start shaking. You guys know how I handle stress. So they hand us the menus, and she goes, "I'll come back with some water." Well, thank God we weren't in the fucking Sahara. The water never came. So now I'm sitting here at the table and I'm waiting. And I go, "Nicole, know what you want," because when she comes over, we're ordering everything: the drinks, the food, the dinner, everything. No one ever came. So then I see someone. I said, "Is someone going to come over and help us?" And the girl's like, yeah, she's coming. She's coming. She was running late today. Hold on. So you made me sit here for 20 fucking minutes because the server was late to her restaurant gig?
Sit at another
Oh,
table.
I didn't just sit at another table.
would've
I got
left.
up and walked out of the restaurant, went to the restaurant next door. So now
No.
Nicole obviously is a little embarrassed because when I got up, I didn't do it quietly, and I let everybody know how angry I was as I cursed on my way out. But did I do? I don't think I did the wrong thing. It's like, is it so much to ask to like get someone to come over to you for 20 minutes? That's a long time. I
Water
became
should
the
be at your
waiter.
table. Water should be at your table within 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm someone who's very polite to my servers. I know they deal with a lot of shit, assholes every day. So I'm very polite. But if you're not exaggerating and you're saying that it took 20 minutes to get a glass of water, I would have left. I would have got up and left.
But here's
I'm
my
with you.
problem. Like I've done this a lot. I did this at Applebee's in Belmore. They sat us in the back, so I came back. I went out the
Expecting
back
good
door.
Service at Applebee's. That's
Well,
that's
I went
different.
out the back door, came back to the hostess stand. She goes, "How many?" I said, 2. We're already sitting down. We're in the back.
No, that's amazing. See the tip right there? That's us.
Yeah, that's right there.
serve us,
Oh, do you
please.
want someone to come over? No, I'm leaving. I just wanted to make a point. Goodbye.
That's amazing.
Just it's unreal. And then their excuse nowadays is, "Oh, we're understaffed. We're understaffed." I hate that shit.
They're not wrong though, because some like
I know
we
they're not
were,
wrong.
We were out to dinner the other night, and the restaurant had one waitress.
What place?
big
The
of a
place you
restaurant
guys
was it?
usually go to?
Hmm?
The place you guys usually go to?
No, it was some place out east, and they just had one waitress for the entire restaurant.
Yeah.
Wait, was this
And
where you
she,
went
she
for
did pretty
birthday?
well. Granted, you know,
Yeah.
the
Really?
ice melted by the time she came back to take our order, but it wasn't her fault. Like she was doing what she could do.
Dude, the
I
whole
wouldn't
that-
blame
Also
her if
hot
she's
as
the
fuck.
only waitress in a restaurant.
Yeah, it was
That's
bad.
not her.
You know,
That's
my
the
wife gave
restaurant.
birth, and now is the baby's 2 weeks old by the time she came back to the table. But we're okay. It's like there's got to be an acceptable time frame of how long you're willing to wait, even though restaurants are understaffed.
Well, here's the other
till it
thing that
becomes a
sucks too
restaurant
is
fault.
now the restaurants are making them claim their tips if it's put on a credit card.
Was that always the case?
Depending on the restaurant, I think.
No, well, I know that when I worked in restaurants, if they left a tip on a credit card, I made less because the owner of the restaurant took out the credit card fee from the tip, which was kind of fucked up. But now they're making them claim their tips from credit cards.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that?
Restaurant gets more money.
No, but it's not the
know.
restaurant. That's the government.
Government makes more money.
I don't know.
Fucking
And
Joe
work.
Biden.
You used to work in a restaurant. Would you prefer if someone paid with a credit card to leave a cash tip?
No, cash tip always.
Always do. You pay
'Cause
credit
no
card.
one
give
knows
a
about
cash
the
tip.
cash.
Doesn't
You walk
matter how
out with
you
all the
pay the
cash.
bill. It's just the cash.
The cash tip. I often pay with a credit card now and leave a cash tip.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm,
It's just better for the servers.
mhm. They appreciate it more too because they're really working for the tips. They're not
Maybe
working to
can-
make money waiting your
Maybe
table.
again.
They're there for the tips.
When I worked in restaurants, I made $2.35 an hour on tip pay. That was tip pay. That was the hourly rate for tip pay.
Yeah, I think you're right. When I was at the restaurant, I think the hourly pay was less than like $5.
And I think it's only I don't think it's much higher now if you're
Probably
on
isn't.
tips.
You know what's
Uh,
weird when you go to a different.
They usually
country
don't
and
get
they
minimum
don't pay
wage.
Tip.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been it's been so long since I've been in the restaurant business, but like going back to Jake's point, I treat everybody with the same level of respect. I don't care who you are, and if we're out to dinner, you're doing your job. You're there to get paid to do your job, right? You work for your tips. So if you suck and you're just rude and impolite, I'm not going to give you a good tip. And then they get mad. Oh, so Bagel Cafe, fuck that place. I don't care. Their bagels are delicious, but fuck that guy. The other day, and
Yes,
we
it was.
ordered lunch, and they have those iPad screen now because, like, why would you want to have them do any more work than they
Do
have?
they
to?
really?
Oh yeah. So
Wait,
you
say
put
that
the
again?
card
Wait,
in, you do everything.
I'm
So
sorry,
you
Matt.
put
I'm
the
sorry,
card
Matt.
in.
Repeat that. I didn't hear what you just said. Repeat that.
They have the iPad screens for you to pay and do everything, right? So it's flipped facing you.
Yeah.
When you put the card in now, it prompts you for a tip.
Get the
I'm
fuck
like,
out
when
of here.
have I ever tipped at a bagel store? Ever, right?
Besides,
Yo,
if they have a
this-
change jar,
no.
maybe.
Fuck that. This,
Yeah,
the
so I
the
didn't tip.
iPad thing is a problem, Matt. You're right.
I agree. It's a big fucking problem. So I'm like, I tip. I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, no. And I hit no tip. And then the guy's like, enjoy your food, and like threw it at me. I was like, really? And I was like, okay. I was like, and that's why I don't tip you. And like I just walked out. And then the next time I went in there, the girl was really sweet. Gave her a tip. 20% tip on a bagel or whatever it was. It was like,
Did you pay it on the
$2.
card though? On the
I did.
iPad?
yeah,
So
you
then
have
she didn't
to.
get that shit.
You
They
have
split
to.
them.
There's no way you can do it cash
Yeah.
unless you hit no tip. And
Matt
then
probably
instantly-
paid $8 for a bagel or cream
I-
cheese.
and then-
I think-
yeah,
probably.
seriously.
I think that's only Bagel Cafe though, because if you go to Town Bagel, they don't do it to an iPad.
No.
Right, that's
and
what
I,
I'm saying.
I
That's
worked
why
there
I said,
and
fuck Bagel Cafe.
I love Town Bagel, but
But their
Dave
food
is
is
the
so
man.
good.
Dave at
Seriously.
Town Bagel's the man.
Dave is the man, and I will give him a public shout out. And if you need a bagel on Long Island, fuck Bagel Cafe. Drive an extra fucking 3 miles and go to Town Bagel. It's the same
Amen.
price. It's
Amen.
both overpriced. I will tell you that. But that's
Oh,
also
yeah.
not a lot of their fault. I was talking to Dave the other day when I was up there. His cost for food product right now, he's like literally breaking even because
Mhm.
eggs, flour, things have gotten so expensive. He's just like insane. But back to your point, Matt, one of the worst things that's happened recently is all these stores that put the iPad thing in to pay. I'm now being pressured to tip places I never would. I would never tip at
don't.
Moe's. I would never tip at Chipotle. I would
Yeah.
never tip at some fucking store I'm buying a T-shirt from. Now I got to give you a tip. Get the
Mhm.
fuck out of
See,
here.
I don't know if it means I'm a bad guy or not, but I never feel pressure to tip on something like that. If I'm at a restaurant, I'm sitting down, I'll always tip
I mean,
at
ju-
least 20%.
You might be a bad guy if it doesn't even cross your mind to feel bad about not tipping. But
I'm not feeling bad about doing in that example at Bagel Cafe. I'm not. Maybe if they have a change jar, yeah, I'll throw some change in
It
the
just
jar.
makes you
Throw a dollar or
feel-
two in there, but not like that. I don't know.
It just makes you feel uncomfortable.
Well, that's the
because
purpose. It makes you
catches
feel
off guard.
uncomfortable.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like am I
Bagel
supposed-
Cafe pissed me off long before that. The way they
Oh,
serve their
Bagel Cafe
sandwiches.
pissed me off multiple
How
times,
do you
but I still
put
go
your
there.
sandwich in the fucking plastic container, smother the mac and cheese out all over the fucking thing, and then throw a
They
pickle
do
in there
have good
arbitrarily?
mac salad though. They're
They
good.
have
Their macaroni
fantastic
salad.
mac
man.
salad. I just
Yeah.
don't like
Fantastic.
I don't like
It's-
the presentation of the meal.
It's so dirty, dude. Like when I used to work there, and like the
You worked at Bagel
they-
Cafe?
You know
yeah,
that?
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Oh, my fellow bagel guy.
I feel
What's
like
up?
Brian, you worked at places for besides Madison's, you worked at places for very short periods of time, but you worked at a lot of those places.
That's
I
it.
worked at, I will tell you though that I did not know you worked at Bagel Cafe.
Yeah, so they would when I was there. This was many, many moons ago, and I would hope to
Many
think that
moons ago.
they-
Who the fuck are you?
shut
Many
up, Jake.
moons ago.
I would hope they've kind of
Lost gone
increased
7 years
the
ago.
level of standards. However, they used to drop food on the floor and like serve it, And those
Okay, now
little-
we're getting them in trouble for a fucking HIPAA violation or health violation.
no, this was like 15 plus years ago.
Yeah,
They
it's
had
probably
those
pretty
black
recent.
rubber
Still the same
mats,
owner.
and the floors were just filthy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
and, like-
remember those black rubber mats. I remember those things. They had that mildewy
listen,
smell to them.
I worked at Town Bagel for 7 years on and off, and we had all the same shit that they do at the bagel store. And Dave kept that place. Like that was the most immaculate,
Yeah.
clean place I'd ever seen in my life. They spent hours a day cleaning. Like after we'd leave, the guy was cleaning the grill for the next day for 4 fucking hours. That place was immaculate. I loved working there. I love the food there. It's good pizza.
Why? Here's a great question. Sorry, Anthony. I know.
No, you're good. I was just reminiscing.
Completely cut Anthony
Yeah.
off.
No, you're good.
No, it's
went on
okay.
and
I'm
on
sorry,
about
Anthony.
cellular
I want to
basically
hear how
suck
Dave.
Dave's dick.
I want to hear how Dave cleans that stove.
Oh yeah,
Tell
it
me
gets
about
in there
it.
nice and deep with a
Nice.
toothbrush.
So why does bagel stores egg sandwiches taste so much better than
Oh,
when you make
I know
it
the
at
answer,
home?
by the way, but I'll let you guys
Butter.
guess.
The grease and the butter that's on the skillet.
Jake almost got it.
It's all the food that's like cooked on it.
No, it's so any good bagel place. When I worked the grill, what you did was you took the usually there was a tin cooking on the grill at the same time, keeping all the bacon warm. And usually what you did every time you got an egg order was tip the tin a little bit, and the grease from the bacon bin
Yeah.
would go across the grill, and then you cook the eggs on top of that.
Bacon grease is phenomenal.
It's horrible for your health, and if you have high
But-
cholesterol, you're fucked.
but
but-
it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Like when I'll never forget when Nicole and I first started dating, I was still working there, and she came in one morning. She's like, "What the fuck? This is the best egg sandwich I ever had." Because I would used to tip the bacon bin over, and then I'd throw like a slab of butter on, and then cook the eggs on that.
Yep. Prefer a Town Bagel or Bagel Cafe type franchise or that random corner bagel store.
Which one has better bagels?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the random corner bagel store that's only one of has better bagels than or better
No,
and a bigger
not
egg
true.
sandwich than that.
Jake, I'm sorry,
true.
but that's a terrible would you rather.
Terrible take.
Because what happens if Town Bagel has better bagels? I'm going to go there. I don't give a shit.
Terrible
I'm
take.
asking your personal
Terrible take.
preference. Like
Terrible
I-
take.
I'm going wherever there's a better bagel.
I'm gonna say one bagel store to crush this whole argument. Would you rather lots of bagel next to Stop and Shop or Bagel Cafe?
Bagel Cafe. No, lots of
Exactly,
bagels
because
sucks.
lots of bagel is the asshole of bagels.
Go to
So I went
I will
there-
give a shout out to
Crushes your
mine. I will
words.
give a shout out to mine. Go to Hand Rolled Bagels on Hillside Avenue.
So I
Fucking
went
Yes,
to
phenomenal.
bagels.
lots of bagel. I don't even know if it's called lots of
Phenomenal.
bagel anymore.
Is it
There's
not
lots
even
of-
called that anymore?
I'm
There
pretty
is-
sure it's
there's
a
a-
barbershop.
There is a lots of bagels by me.
I'd
further
eat the
down.
hair off the floor of the barbershop before I eat a fucking bagel
Dude,
from that
I
place.
went there the other day actually because it was Father's Day, and I'm like,
You
I
got
want,
angry at
I
tipping?
want an egg sandwich. So I went to the Bagel Cafe, and the line was out the fucking door.
Got to order it.
Like,
Got to
I
order
am
in advance.
not waiting on this line. So then I went to another place, and the line was just equally as long. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to this place. Last resort. There was no one in there. It was the
Kinda
worst
way.
egg sandwich ever.
They buy their bagels from fucking Amazon.
Well, it's not that. Yeah, it's different owners now. I feel like it keeps changing.
You know what I fucking miss? And honestly, it's the most hysterical thing to watch every time I come back to New York now.
Barrier party.
Luigi's
what?
Pizza. And how many fucking places that place has changed into. Every 3 months, it's something else.
Luigi's was the most
Just make it-
successful.
Yep. Hold on. It was Luigi's Pizza. You didn't have to change a fucking thing. It was $1.25 for a slice of pizza and a Coke with the arcade
Dude,
and the ceiling
got-
falling down. It was a gold mine.
With
I
the
got
Pac-Man
4 things from that
arcade.
restaurant.
By the soda machine, the ceiling was collapsing.
Remember in the top right corner over the arcade machine, there was the flood damage and the whole ceiling was damaged. Nobody ever fixed it. Nobody gave a shit. If you wanted a garlic knot, they opened up the fridge. They gave you a garlic knot from 6 weeks ago. It didn't matter. The chicken rolls were like plastic. The pizza
The
was
chicken,
okay.
no, the chicken rolls were good. The chicken rolls were good. The French fries are good.
The buffalo
Yeah.
chicken and the
The
Caesar
French
salad
fries.
slice.
And the
Were the
planes.
best.
French
and the,
fries
the,
were
the Sicilian were good
absolutely
too.
amazing. The French fries were fucking phenomenal.
You would go there, and I would go there. You get the order French fries for the table, and then everyone gets like their one individual slice, whether it's
But
Sicilian,
they're doing it.
Caesar,
they do this all
or
the time.
Buffalo.
You had Luigi's Pizza and you had Andy's Kitchen, and they
Well,
were they were
Andy's-
little
Andy's
gold mines.
Kitchen served no. Andy's Kitchen.
Andy's kitchen was not a gold mine. let's be
I
real.
love that
here.
place.
You love that place because we used to prank call them in the middle of the store.
Yeah, no.
It's
Used to
now
be,
a
fuck
deli.
you, FCK, fuck you.
Fuck you. Oh my god. That guy
Oh, man.
hated us. hated us.
I miss Luigi's though. That was life was so
Yeah.
simple.
What
Me
was it? It was
too.
Mario's and then something else, and then it was
Who the
Luigi's.
fuck is Mario?
It was Mario's before it was Luigi's.
Was
I
it?
never. It was always Luigi's.
No, there was some. It was Mario's, something else, and then it was Luigi's. I used to go there with my dad when I was like 3 years old.
Well, there's a way to figure this out. Just go peel the paint off from 35 years of different restaurants, and you'll find it eventually.
They've had a
Keep taking
few
the signs off.
Mediterranean Greek places there for the past like 5 years, something like that.
Stupid. It's so stupid. You could have
Stupid.
kept the same shitty pizza, the same shitty ceiling.
It
and
wasn't
you would have been fine.
shitty.
It failed because Mepham started not letting kids out to go out for lunch.
That never happened.
I thought that was true. I thought they
No,
stopped letting
that's
kids
a
out.
fucking false narrative. Kids have always been allowed to go for lunch. They only just recently, after Luigi sold, stopped sophomores from going out.
Sophomores
we-
can't go out.
And we were freshmen and we were still going out.
Yeah, I was sneaking out the back doors before they put alarms on all the doors now.
Exactly. We go right out
And
the back door.
T-Bone
Right,
was our fastest security guard, running at fucking negative Mach
Shit.
7.
go out the back door right when it started. Right
God
when the
rest
bell rang,
his
went out the
soul.
back door. We're good.
Negative Mach 7.
He ran so
But think
fast that
about
dust came
how
out of his
much-
shoes.
Think about how much simpler times were back then when the security guard couldn't even stand up because
He barely left his seat.
Dude,
And you're like,
That's
and he's
cool.
like, no running, and you're like, okay, and you listen to the guy. Now it's like you need people with machine guns. It's simpler times.
simpler times, man. Before the internet.
Yep, simpler times.
Unbelievable. Well, I don't know what to call tonight's episode.
Clusterfuck.
Bullshitting, bullshitting with the bros. That's
I
what we
already
got.
know. Excited for our next episode. We're gonna play a game, and I can't wait to see how you guys doing it. I think it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Greg and Andrew will be back on the show.
Thank
You can
God.
find us on Instagram at the guys_night_podcast and Spotify, and of course YouTube as well. Check us out, like, subscribe, and share. And we will catch you later. That's a good night from Guys Night.